Hello, my name is Nigel Griffiths. I work in the Advanced Technology Centre in the UK, part of IVM Europe. In this movie, we're going to look at IVM and how we install a client logical partition. There are three obvious ways to install our operating system in the IVM environment. First of all, we could use a physical CD-ROM drive, and when we say CD-ROM drive, we include a DVD drive, of course. This could be connected to the actual machine, but we could allocate it to our client logical partition, and then we could boot up from it and install as we do normally with any machine. And this will work quite happily for AIX or for Linux or for IBM I operating system. We can also use a virtual CD-ROM drive, where the contents of the CD, the .iso image file, is installed into the IVM VIO server, and then it can be made available to the client logical partition just as a regular real drive could be. That's an advanced feature, and we'll cover that in a later movie. Or we could do a network install. For AIX, this uses NIM, the Network Installation Manager. The same could be used to do Linux installations over the network. I'm going to first show you how to install via the CD. We want to make changes to our logical partition and pick up the CD drive. So we select optical devices here. We see there's only one CD drive in the machine, and it's a DVD-ROM drive. We're going to ask for that and we'll OK it. Now we can boot it up and read off the CD. Now before we actually start it, of course, we'll need a console access to this machine. So let's do that first. We need to select which machine we want. Then we're going to go for more tasks here and open a terminal window. This will give us a telnet-like access to our machine. Here we go. It's first going to though check that I am a valid user and I do know the password, so it's going to insist that I log in to the IVM VIO server. It's then connected to our client logical partition because nothing is running at the moment, so we don't see anything else further on the screen. We can now start up our logical partition. It's selected again and we can activate it. It's checking that that's what we intended. It answers yes. And I brought up the console window again here. It's asking us to confirm that this is the console window, and I'll just press 0. I'll press 1 there as I want to go into the SMS menu. And there we go, we have the SMS menu to start up our logical partition. In this case we want to boot off the CD drive, so we'll go for 5. We'll go for 1 for select boot device. Let's go for 7, all devices. And it's found that we can either boot off the CD drive or the network. So let's go for 2, the CD drive, and we'll go for 2, a normal boot. Are we sure? 1, yes. And we find no operating system installed, which is just as well. It would have carried on if it was a CD in the drive with an operating system on it. In this case, I actually want to stop here and I'll do a network installation so I can show you how that works. Now we have a logical partition running at the moment. It's got stuck, if you like. So I'll quickly show you now how to actually hard stop a logical partition. I'll select that partition here and we'll hit shutdown. There are various ways of shutting down. In this case, we're not running an operating system, so we can't do a clean shutdown. We could do delayed or immediate. I want to do an immediate. There's nothing on the machine I actually want to save. I could do a restart immediately if I wanted, or I could just hit OK and it will shut down my logical partition. We can see here now I'm back into not activated. Now I want to activate it again, and this time I'll go into the network installation instead of booting off a CD. Yep, my fault. I need to select the one I want to activate, so we'll do that again. again I've hit 1 to go into the SMS menus, and now I'm going to decide to do a network installation, and I've got to set up a few parameters so that it knows where to actually do the install from. So I'll take the option here 2, initial program load. It's going to do that over the virtual network that we set up earlier. I want to do a boot P based install, and I want to set up the IP parameters. At the moment it has no idea of any IP address it should use, it's just a brand new logical partition, so why should it? And I want to type in some of the numbers, the IP addresses of the client and the server, and any gateway involved. So I'll just do that auto magically now. In this case I don't need a gateway because they're on the same machine and the subnet looks okay. I'll now hit escape, do a quick ping test to make sure we got good IP addresses in here. Gives me the details. Now if I do a 1 to execute the ping, ping success. Okay, we're reasonably confident now that when we do a network install this will actually work. I'll hit M now to go back to the main menu, and now we want to do a boot off the network, so 1 for a boot device, 7 for all devices. Here now we have the interpartition logical LAN, which is our virtual network. Do a normal boot, yes for sure. And we can see I've already set up my NIM server. It's sending down the packets to do the initial boot P install, and shortly that will start up and I can install AIX in this case. Here's the boot image starting up. It's actually a cut down version of AIX. If you're familiar with AIX, this is the standard install procedure. I'll do a 1. Yes, I'll have English. And 2, I'll change some of the configurations in here. I'll take, there's already a new and complete overwrite for HDisk 0, which is our virtual disk of course. 4, there's more options in here. I'll switch off the enable backup to install on any system. That just reduces some of the packages that needs to be installed. And I'll hit 0 to go ahead and do the install. Now this will take a few minutes, and so I may cut out a few minutes in the movie just to cut down the size. In a second or two we should see this carrying on with the install. There we go. We're now 18 minutes from the start of the install. We updated the 229 packages. We're going through a number of updates, as this includes their service pack. And as the disk is now ready for booting, it's going to reboot us. This time we are booting from the disk, in this case the virtual disk. So let's log in, give us a password. We're running.